Hello guys, this is Joshua Horse here. You can down on the title video. I'm going to do a review for a different type of film, a film that they hold very close to my heart, and that is the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So let's go and have a little history lesson about my life. When I was young, after I kind of started to move away from CBeebies stuff, because before then my favourite CBeebies stuff was probably like, apparently it was Teletubbies. I don't remember ever liking that, but okay. And there was and it was Lazy Town. Those were like, when I was incredibly young, those were like my favourite shows on CBeebies. But that's in that. But so then it was Toy Story apparently. Apparently I used to love Toy Story. Apparently I would watch Toy Story 3 multiple times in a day. So apparently I just really like Toy Story 3. It's quite surprising with that kind of knowledge that I haven't seen Toy Story 4, but there you go. And then, after Toy Story, and I was starting to get a bit older to the point where it couldn't really stay as my favourite thing, even so the films are great, I was introduced to Narnia, the Narnia movies. The Narnia movies were around until I was like 5 to like 7, I want to say. I'm not really sure, but basically they were my thing. They were the things I was so passionate about and just loved the movies and whatnot. So, and then after that, at the age of 8 on my 8th birthday, I got into Star Wars, which I'm still into Star Wars today. So I've just realised, I'm pretty sure it was on my 8th birthday I watched my first Star Wars for the first time. I've been a Star Wars fan for nearly 8 years. Jeez. So when I'm 16, I will officially have been a Star Wars fan for half of my life. That is crazy to think. Okay. But let's get to this. This is a film that is part of my childhood. So maybe the film isn't even that great, but because it was so important to my childhood, I still enjoy it. Let's do the reviews. Overall, the cast, the kids. I watched this film today, and there was some problems because the disc I use is like really old. It's like an old disc, so there was a lot of problems. I had to keep doing it on and off so I could watch it. But so there was a lot of problem just how old this disc is, because I've had this DVD for a long time. But so the disc isn't like wasn't working properly. But I still managed to watch the thing because it started doing it late in the film. I was like, I'm watching all this film, and there wasn't a problem near like the final stage of the film, which was kind of really good. So, yeah, the cast, although the kids, they clearly haven't acted like anything before. They're not the great actors. They're bearable, let's say. Considering their age and the probably lack of experience, they're bearable. They're pretty good. The White Witch, she's pretty good in this film. Of course, the main villain is the White Witch. The main characters are the 4 kids, which are decently portrayed. I like some of the characters they went. Like Peter is this kind of person who wants to protect his family, keeps it safe, because he's because this is based kind of during World War II. He's kind of feels like the father figure. He's kind of feel like he's got to protect them because he doesn't want to lose them, and he feels like that's his responsibility. And he looks really young. I think he might be 14, 15 at the youngest, maybe 16, but I doubt it. He looks really young, so he's got this huge layer of responsibility, and he's not even that old. So I like the story they tried to play with that. Lucy's just kind of this innocent kid. So yeah, Edmund's this just terrible person at the start of the film. It feels like he's just terrible to his brothers and sisters. He doesn't like them. But as you go along the film, he learns to appreciate family and that connection that family has and how important it actually is to him. And I love that story because it can't be easy to forget just how important family can be to you. So it was a great kind of story to tell. Susan, I wasn't sure what she was really doing. She was she's kind of be smart, and she kind of just wants, it feels like for most of the film she just wants to leave. She's like, this is dangerous, I don't like getting involved, I'm leaving, I want to leave, we need to go home, like we need to go back. Like that's pretty much all she does in the entire film. And so out of all four of the so she kind of had the weakest kind of story. She didn't really have a story in terms of the fact that she realizes that she's doing the right cause, stopping the witch and whatnot. But now let's get into like the White Witch character. She's alright. She did what she needed to do on the scenes with her, but when she's not on screen, you kind of forgot about her important presence. And yeah, and let's go into the plot. You probably know the plot of this movie, but anyway, basically, the four kids, Peter, Susan, Lucy, and Edmund, are basically because this is during the war. They basically go on train, you know, to leave their families to go to the countryside where they're looked after. They go to this house. There's a professor we don't see, which apparently is the child in the very first book. I really need to read the Narnia books. I've only watched the films, like, and I have all 7 books on me, so I kind of really want to watch those films. But anyway, so apparently, you can kind of tell that he's definitely been to Narnia before, which I kind of liked his presence in the film. Yeah, so basically they're at his home. Lucy, they're playing hide and seek, so Lucy goes in this wardrobe, hint like the witch and the wardrobe, and so they go in this wardrobe and she goes into this world of Narnia, and when she comes back, his family don't believe him, then they end up going into Narnia and they have this wild adventure to try and stop the White Witch, who has the power to turn people to stone and has 100 years of winter with no Christmas and that kind of stuff. I kind of like the thing they were showing is that when it was snowing, it was more closed in, like tighter environment. It didn't feel like a huge world that is Narnia, which at first when I first watched it, I was like, it doesn't really feel like a world. But then I realised when it stopped snowing and it's winter's ended in the film, there will be some vague spoilers, but I assume you'll be alright with that. So when it's no longer winter, it's spring, summer, whatever it is, you realise just how expansive and huge Narnia is, and how beautiful the world of Narnia is, which is great because I like that kind of show, because the witch basically, because she was the most powerful thing around for most of the film, she kind of controls it and like she makes it feel a bit more darker, a bit closed in, and I like that feeling. You can tell the difference, especially when it's nighttime. The snow, it's quite dark. They make it quite dark, which I quite like, and the summer's like a beautiful thing. And so yeah, the base, so they lead on an adventure. The final act of this, can I just say, let's talk about the character Asa. I really like his character. I think it's because as a Christian, I realise how similar he is to Jesus, and it is so cool to pick those things out. And he just seems like basically a lion version of Jesus, which I find quite cool as a Christian. And he had a quite cool presence. He wasn't hugely in the film. He's in the film more in this film than the other 2 films, but it's like he's there to have his presence before and does the important things, and the effects they use on this film for the lion is really good. It gets better in future films. It looks more like a lion, but this still looks really good, and I really liked it. So yeah, the final battle, the huge battle, it is really good. Like, some of the nostalgia really kicks in. Like, you have the music playing and the do 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 do, you know what I'm talking about. That music is so iconic with these films to me that all I need to do is hear that music and I've got chills. That's why I really like the music in this film. The music was really good, really enjoyable. But anyway, the final battle with a huge battle to stop the White Witch. Really fun. It's a really fun battle. It's just really fun. The music played and the action. It's a nostalgic ride for me, considering how much I love this film as I was young. I just watched it like, Man, good times. It was just incredibly fun. The music was great. There were some moments in this film which I thought was great, because like when Peter, kind of the main one of the four children, goes over to fight the White Witch. I won't spoil anything else, but the music and the way they built that scene in like a few seconds and the actual fight, you deserve a round of applause like that. So yeah, it was a great film. The one thing I didn't like is by the end of the film, you feel like there's no loss to the good guys. Like they don't really lose anything. So that's a small gripe, but overall it's a really good film. It had a lot of fun, the nostalgia kicked in. I now want to watch Prince Caspian and Voyage of the Dawn Treader, but yeah. Overall though, I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. Like it's still got that nostalgia. And this disc barely works, so the fact that I'm still giving it a 7 out of 10 just shows how good it is. If I had like the proper film to kind of watch without all the glitches and stuff, I might even give it a 8 out of 10. But this honestly was great. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It was a really good movie. I just really liked it. The music, the nostalgia, such an important thing of my childhood that I was just about. And I hadn't seen this film in a while, so I thought I'll watch, well, which will we watch it? I'm bored. And I watched it. I was so surprised how good it is and how it still holds up. It's a PG. It's a great family film if you're into this huge fantasy kind of world, buildings and stuff. So overall, man, it is just a great movie. 7.5 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know your opinions on this one. Did you like it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. So it's your respectful of other people's opinion. You allowed your opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yet turn notifications on so you never miss video. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys. Oh, by the way, phone. The reason why I'm using my phone on my camera doesn't work. So bye.